Hi there, we are at the Grove Film Festival. My name is Kayla Wright, and this is...
Alexandru Aldea.
And I just want to know what film you were in today and what role you played.
Sure, I was in Home Early today, and I played a husband that gets jilted and then machetes his wife to death, as well as the other lover. And I was in another movie called Man from Mars, where I play an astronaut who's also married, but they have a much better marriage.
It is definitely hard to be in a difficult marriage.
It is.
I really, really liked your massacre scene. I was just wondering what you did to mentally prepare yourself to get into the energy of that character.
It's an interesting question. I started my career as a Meisner actor, and so there's a fair amount of emotional prep that goes into my performance, whether that's thinking about a past issue or imagining in the Meisner technique of some kind of a fantasy scenario that just brings me emotionally to the point where I'm in a murderous rage. So that absolutely helps. There's a fair amount of stuff. I've trained with Bob Krakauer as well, who's a wonderful, wonderful TV coach, and just being aware of being on camera, what you're asked to do by the director, what the script says, and just being there for your co-stars and allowing them to also blossom in the performance and giving them something to react to. That those are mostly my thoughts and motivations when I approach a role.
I feel like that was very beautifully explained.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What was your favorite part of filming this, and what was the most difficult part of the filming process?
For which film? For the Home Early or for the astronaut film?
For both of them, if you would like to answer that.
Sure. So the difficult process for Home Early was the fact that it's a new genre for me. I haven't done horror very much, and so that was very new, and being a machete-wielding madman was a lot of fun, I can tell you. It's such a fun experience to be able to have. But aside from that, approaching that character, getting in the shoes of someone who would kind of do that is really tough. I mean, mentally, emotionally, it's very tough to kind of get into that particular part. The astronaut movie, as I call it, or Man from Mars, as it's entitled, it was tough because it was a very heavy drama, and it's really, even though it's an astronaut movie about what he discovers or doesn't discover on his trip to Mars and back, it's really a movie about a couple, and it's a movie about a couple trying to come to terms with something new in their relationship. The wife is imploring the husband to come out and tell her what's on his mind. Why is he drinking himself into a stupor every day? Why does he have these PTSD type of symptoms? Why does he behave in this way? And his being unable to get that out of himself for a whole host of reasons, which you find out when you watch the movie. But it's being in those shoes, in that kind of very closed off state where you're closed off from the world, where you're unable to really get to where you want to be. I mean, it's, certain parts of my life have been like that. I struggle with depression, and I struggle with other things that come up for me in my life, and that being something that I can tap into for my acting, which is great. Being able to dig into those wells of emotion to bring it to the screen to tell the story.
Yeah. I find, whether it be acting or music, I find it so beautiful that we can use our pain and what we've been through to bring other people closer together, or to make them feel like they're not so alone. Forget what I was going to say.
Well, so it's interesting that to be able to hit those places is really about the storytelling. So if you listen to Alan Cumming, he says, I pity my American brothers, so to speak, in acting, because they have such a hard time getting into character. For him, at least, and maybe for a lot of British actors that are what they call outside-in actors, it's about knowing that you have a character to portray and believing it. It's the belief that you are that character, that you're telling that story, that you're there immersed in that scene, an unbreakable bond between you and the character that then really gets translated out to the screen and to your co-stars, because you have a duty to your co-stars to give them the best version of that role that they can then react to, and you have this gestalt of things that begin to come together and mesh and bring a story to life. And that's so cool. When that works, it's undeniable. And it's the ability to tell that story where it's not about me and it's not about my character. The story's not about me, it's about the story and being able to tell that story and properly portray it to the screen. So
if people would like to watch either your movie or your short film, where could they watch those on?
So both of them are doing the festival circuit right now. I had a recent micro short called All About Rita that did very, very well. I was lucky enough to win 3 Best Actor awards for that.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. But these movies and several others that I'm a character in, that I was lucky enough to act in, are doing the festival circuit right now. So I'm really taking everything I got and bringing it to the festival circuit, because one thing I love about the circuit is that you really get a chance to meet other filmmakers, people that are down in the trenches making the art, telling the stories that I'm telling and their own stories, and you get to collaborate with them, you get to enmesh in this awesome acting soup that we're all a part of, and then really bring stuff to screen. So there's a very short process between, okay, we wrote a script, let's cast it, let's get it done, and let's bring it to screen. And I love that. I love being able to work and to tell these stories all the time.
That is beautiful. Is there anything else that you would like to add?
Well, I thank you for interviewing me today. And honestly, if I could just inspire a couple of folks out there that maybe are new to filmmaking or new to acting. I'm pretty new myself. I'm only a couple of years in. I was a lawyer by trade. I still am. And I use that real life experience as well as my acting training to try to bring these characters to life. And I would inspire folks, if you want to do acting, if it's your passion, if you think it's your passion, give it a go and really get out there and become a part of this entire scene, festival-wise. Audition for TV, audition for film, audition for plays. Plays are not my thing, but I know that people love them, and I love watching them. It's just that's not where I live as an actor. I love TV, I love film, I love that venue, that vehicle for being able to tell the story. It just works for me. But I mean, I think whatever artistic endeavor that you have, get out there and really make it your own and do your best with it. So if I can say that as a message, I would love to inspire folks to just do their thing and live their craft.
We only have one life.
Absolutely. And thank you again. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
And thank you.
It was really great to meet you.
Thank you.